Very good morning, students. We all are facing a very difficult situations. One side it is corona, one side it is black fungus, one side it is cyclone. So all these difficult times we have to face it with very positivity. And I know you people are missing your classrooms. Hope our offline classes will start very fast. Stay healthy, stay positive. ಆದಷ್ಟು ಬೇಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿಗೆ ಬಂದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಅಂತ ಪ್ರೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಟುಡೇಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ lipids. So in today's class we'll be learning about which are the different classification of lipids and also what are the various physical properties of lipids and what are the different chemical properties of lipids. So before studying about classification, let us study what is these lipids. So lipid is derived from a Greek word lipos, which means fat. So biological lipids are a chemically diverse group of organic compounds which are insoluble in water and they are soluble in non-polar solvents like ether, chloroform or benzene. So lipids are hydrophobic in nature due to predominance of hydrocarbon chains, that is CH2 in their structures. So basically lipids ಅನ್ನೋ ವರ್ಡ್ ಗ್ರೀಕ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಲಿಪೋಸ್ ಇಂದ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಅದರ ಅರ್ಥ ಫ್ಯಾಟ್ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ಸಾಲ್ಯುಬಲ್ ಇನ್ ವಾಟರ್, ಸಾಲ್ಯುಬಲ್ ಇನ್ ಅದರ್ ಸಾಲ್ವೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು ನೀರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಕರಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಬೇರೆ ಸಾಲ್ವೆಂಟ್, ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಈಥರ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಕ್ಲೋರೋಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಬೆನ್ಸಿನ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಇದರಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಫ್ಯಾಟ್ ಕರಗುತ್ತೆ, ವೆರಸ್ ನೀರಲ್ಲಿ ಕರಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ದೇ ಆರ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಫೋಬಿಕ್, ಅಂದರೆ they are water hating, and this property, they are insoluble in water, they are water hating because of CH2 group. ಅದರ ಲಿಪಿಡಲ್ಲಿ CH2 ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅದು ನೀರಲ್ಲಿ ಕರಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, or it is having hydrophobic property. Unlike the protein, nucleic acid and polysaccharide, lipids are not polymer, that is lipids are not made up of monomers, that is they are the chief storage form of energy and they provide 6-fold as much energy as an equivalent mass of glycogen. So these lipids will provide more calories than that of any carbohydrates, that is one unit of fat or lipid will provide you 9 kilocalories of energy. Now fats and oils are the principal store form of energy in many organisms. As it is said, it is the main storage site of energy, that is whatever extra glucose is there will be stored in the form of fat. Now lipid will also participate in oxidative phosphorylation. Oxidative phosphorylation means the process wherein ATP, which is required for the cell, is generated. So lipid is a main component in the ATP formation. So that is about the introduction to lipids. Now coming to the definition, lipids may be regarded as organic substance which are relatively insoluble in water and soluble in organic solvents, potentially related to fatty acid and utilized by the living organism. So these are the organic substance insoluble in water whereas soluble in solvents and mainly made up of fatty acid and utilized by the living cells. Two functions of lipids. First one, they serve as storage form of metabolic fuel. So as I said, whatever energy is there, it will be stored in the form of fat, and whenever carbohydrates are less, this fat will be used as a substitute for carbohydrate. Then they serve as a transport form of metabolic fuel. So these lipids in the form of lipoproteins are used for transporting nutrients inside the body. They also provide the structural component of membrane. So lipids like phospholipids, glycolipids, galactolipids and sphingolipids are the part of many cell organelles. For example, it can be neuron cells, it can be a membrane structure. So these lipids are the part of many of the cell components. And the next function is they have protective function in bacteria, plants, insects and vertebrates, serving as a part of outer coating between the body of the organism and environment. That is, they are the part of cell wall or the cell membrane. So it serves as a pigment, hormone, signaling molecule, cofactor and detergent. So it can also act as a pigment. It is a part of pigment also, it is a part of hormone also, it is a part of cofactor also, and even it is used in the formation of soaps or detergents inside the body, also in the formation of bile salts. Okay, so coming to classification of lipids, so based on various factors, these lipids are divided into many categories. So one by one we will study. So first is based on their chemical composition or structure. The lipids are mainly categorized under three headings, that is simple lipids, compound lipids and derived lipids. Now, what are these simple lipids, compound lipid, derived lipids? We will see one by one in details. Now, simple lipids, it includes fat, oil and waxes, and these simple lipids are derivatives of lipid-like substances called fatty acid. So, simple lipids are also called as homolipids, and they are mainly divided, or they are mainly made up of fatty acids and alcohol. Now, fatty acids are nothing but the long chain carboxylic acid that have no solubility in water. So fatty acids andre it is made up of COOH group with the more than 12 carbon atoms. Now the hydrophilic COOH group is referred to as the polar head, and the hydrophobic hydrocarbon portion is referred as non-polar tail. So ಈ simple lipids ಅಲ್ಲಿ COOH group ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನು ಹೆಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ, ಬೇರೆ CH2 ಗ್ರೂಪನ್ನು ನಾವು ಟೇಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ಓಕೆ, ನಾವು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಲಿಪಿಡ್. Compound lipid are fatty acid esterified with alcohol, but in addition they contain other groups. So compound lipid ಅಂದರೆ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಲಿಪಿಡ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಆಲ್ಕೋಹಾಲ್ ಮತ್ತು ಫ್ಯಾಟಿ ಆ್ಯಸಿಡ್ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಲಿಪಿಡ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಡಿಪೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ದೀಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಸಬ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫೈಡ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ phospholipids containing phosphoric acid and non-phosphorylated lipids. So fatty acid plus ಆಲ್ಕೋಹಾಲ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದರ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಎರಡು ಥರ ಸಬ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಒಂದೇ ಫಾಸ್ಫೋಲಿಪಿಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ H3PO4 ಫಾಸ್ಫೋರಿಕ್ ಆ್ಯಸಿಡ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಫಾಸ್ಫೋಲಿಪಿಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. H3PO4 ಇಲ್ದಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನ್ ಫಾಸ್ಫೋಲಿಪಿಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಗ್ಲೈಕೋಲಿಪಿಡ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಸ್ಪಿಂಜೋಲಿಪಿಡ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ H3PO4 ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇರೆ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾನ್ ಫಾಸ್ಫೋರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಲಿಪಿಡ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಲಿಪಿಡ್ is derived lipid. So they are the substances derived from simple and compound lipids by hydrolysis. So as the name itself indicates, they are derived from simple and compound lipid hydrolysis. ಈ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಮತ್ತು ಕಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಲಿಪಿಡನ್ನು ನಾವು ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಡೌನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಮಗೇನು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತಲ್ವ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಡಿರೈವ್ಡ್ ಲಿಪಿಡ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ಹಾಗಂತ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಮತ್ತು ಕಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಲಿಪಿಡಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಡಿರೈವ್ಡ್ ಲಿಪಿಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. So that compound or the product should have the characteristics of the fat or the lipid, then only it will be considered as derived lipid. For example, ಈ ಫಾಸ್ಫೋಲಿಪಿಡ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಫಾಸ್ಫೋರಿಕ್ ಆ್ಯಸಿಡ್ ಏನು ಸಿಗುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅ ಡಿರೈವ್ಡ್ ಲಿಪಿಡ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಫಾಸ್ಫೋರಿಕ್ ಆ್ಯಸಿಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಶೋ ದ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ಯಾಟ್, whereas the fatty acid, the alcohol, the other triglycerides which are obtained from simple and compound lipid are example for derived lipids because they will show the properties of fat. For example, these fatty acids are insoluble in water, they are soluble in solvents, they have low melting point. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ಯಾವುದು ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಮತ್ತು ಕಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಲಿಪಿಡಿಂದ ಸಿಗುವಂಥ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಅದು ಫ್ಯಾಟ್ ಇದು ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಂಥ ಲಿಪಿಡನ್ನು ನಾವು ಡಿರೈವ್ಡ್ ಲಿಪಿಡ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ, ವಿಚ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ಫ್ಯಾಟಿ ಆ್ಯಸಿಡ್, ಆಲ್ಕೋಹಾಲ್, ಮೊನೋಗ್ಲಿಸರೈಡ್ಸ್, ಡೈಗ್ಲಿಸರೈಡ್ಸ್, ಸ್ಟೀರಾಯ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೋಟಿನಾಯ್ಡ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಡಿರೈವ್ಡ್ ಲಿಪಿಡ್ಸಿಗೆ ಫ್ಯಾಟಿ ಆ್ಯಸಿಡ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಆಲ್ಕೋಹಾಲಿಕ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಮೊನೋಗ್ಲಿಸರೈಡ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಸ್ಟೀರಾಯ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಒನ್ ಬೈ ಒನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ. ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ fatty acid. So fatty acid are the simplest form of lipids and they are monocarboxylic straight unbranched hydrocarbon containing even number of carbon atoms. So fatty acid andre it is having one COOH group and it is having unbranched hydrocarbon, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ branches ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Okay, and it will be having even number of carbon atoms. Always it will be having even number ಅಂದರೆ 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 ಆ ಥರ. Okay, so fatty acids are also known as acyl group when it is a part of ester. ಸೊ ಈ ಫ್ಯಾಟಿ ಆ್ಯಸಿಡ್ ಎಸ್ಟರ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನು ಎಸೈಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಫ್ಯಾಟಿ ಆ್ಯಸಿಡ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆಂಫಿಪ್ಯಾಥಿಕ್ ಇನ್ ನೇಚರ್. ಸೊ ಆಂಫಿಪ್ಯಾಥಿಕ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಬೋತ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಫಿಲಿಕ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಫೋಬಿಕ್ ಎಂಡ್. ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನಾನು ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಲಿಪಿಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ. ಸೊ ಫ್ಯಾಟಿ ಆ್ಯಸಿಡಲ್ಲಿ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಫಿಲಿಕ್ COOH ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಹೈಡ್ರೋಫೋಬಿಕ್ CH2 ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಬೋತ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಫಿಲಿಕ್ part and hydrophobic part. So it is called as amphipathic. ಸೊ ಒಂದೇ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲಲ್ಲಿ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಫೋಬಿಕ್ ಮತ್ತು ಹೈಡ್ರೋಫಿಲಿಕ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಆಂಫಿಪ್ಯಾಥಿಕ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಫ್ಯಾಟಿ ಆ್ಯಸಿಡ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಫ್ರೀ ಆರ್ ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಎಸ್ಟರಿಫೈಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಗ್ಲಿಸರಾಲ್ ಟು ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಟ್ರೈಗ್ಲಿಸರೈಡ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಫ್ಯಾಟಿ ಆ್ಯಸಿಡ್ ಫ್ರೀ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಅದು ಬೇರೆ ಗ್ಲಿಸರಾಲ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಆಗಿ ಟ್ರೈಗ್ಲಿಸರೈಡ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. So these fatty acid will be again classified as saturated fatty acid and unsaturated fatty acid based on the presence and absence of double bonds. So if there is no double bond means it is saturated fatty acid. If you are having one or more double bond means it is unsaturated fatty acid. Now unsaturated fatty acid will be again classified as monounsaturated and polyunsaturated. Monounsaturated andre if it is having one double bond between the carbon molecule it is called as monounsaturated. If it is having more than one double bond it is called as polyunsaturated fatty acid. We call it as PUFA. So the oil or the lipid which is rich in polyunsaturated fatty acid is considered to be very good for the health of the heart. Why ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾವು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಲೈಡಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡುವ. So in this slide we will see the difference between saturated fatty acid and unsaturated fat. So saturated fat are nothing but the meat, butter, dairy product and they are usually solid at room temperature and they will increase bad cholesterol, nothing but HDL, and they have low density lipoprotein and it will clog artery. ಸೊ ಈ ಫ್ಯಾಟನ್ನು ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಡಿಸೀಸ್ ಬರೋ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಇದು ದಪ್ಪ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇದು ಬ್ಲಡ್ ವಾಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಇದು ಏನು ಸೊ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಇದು ಸೆಲ್ ವಾಲ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಂಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಫ್ಲೋವನ್ನು ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಲರಿ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಅ ಪೈಪ್. ಸೊ ಪೈಪ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಆದರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ವಾಟರ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಹೌದಾ? ಅದೇ ಥರ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಈ ಸ್ಯಾಚುರೇಟೆಡ್ ಫ್ಯಾಟ್ ಪೈಪ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಲರಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಫ್ಲೋವನ್ನು ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಹಾರ್ಟಿಗೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಗೆಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ರೆಸ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಸ್ಯಾಚುರೇಟೆಡ್ ಫ್ಯಾಟನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕಮ್ಮಿ ತಿನ್ನಬೇಕು. ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಟು unsaturated fat, mainly PUFA we are speaking, polyunsaturated fatty acid. It is also called as essential fatty acid. So it is found mainly in vegetable oil, and they are liquid at room temperature, and it is responsible for good cholesterol, that is HDL, high density lipoprotein. So these will escort to the liver where LDL is broken down and eventually removed from the body. ಸೊ ಈ ಎಚ್ ಡಿ ಎಲ್ ತಿನ್ನೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಫ್ಯಾಟ್ ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ವ ಅದು ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಫ್ಯಾಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಎಲ್ ಡಿ ಎಲ್ ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ಯಾಚುರೇಟೆಡ್ ಫ್ಯಾಟನ್ನು ಇದು ಲಿವರಿಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಡೌನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬಾಡಿಯಿಂದ ಹೊರಗೆ ತೆಗೆದು ಬಿಸಾಗುತ್ತೆ. So basically your saturated fat is low density lipoprotein LDL, which is not good for your health since it will block the blood capillaries. Your unsaturated fatty acid, majorly PUFA or essential fatty acid, are very good for your heart because they are high density lipoprotein responsible for good cholesterol. So you have to prefer unsaturated fatty acid over the saturated one. So fatty acid, one of the example for derived lipid we have studied. Now one more example for derived lipid is triglycerol. So it is also called as triglycerides or fat or neutral fat. So triglycerol is nothing but triesters of fatty acid and glycerols. So it will be having 3 molecules of fatty acid along with the glycerol. So they are again divided into two types based on the type of group which is attached, that is simple triglycerol and mixed triglycerols. So simple triglycerol means it contains single type of fatty acid, whereas mixed triglycerol means it will be having 2 or more different kind of fatty acid. So simple triglycerol alli ಒಂದೇ ಥರದ ಫ್ಯಾಟಿ ಆ್ಯಸಿಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, 3 ಫ್ಯಾಟಿ ಆ್ಯಸಿಡ್. ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಥರದ 3 ಫ್ಯಾಟಿ ಆ್ಯಸಿಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Now triglycerols are esters of glycerol with fatty acid. So here you can see the structure of triglycerol where the 3 glycerol molecules are attached with 3 fatty acids to form triglyceride molecule. Now that glycerol ಮತ್ತು fatty acid ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, they are individually the components of simple lipids. So simple lipid ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ಗ್ಲಿಸರಾಲ್ ಮತ್ತು ಫ್ಯಾಟಿ ಆ್ಯಸಿಡ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ 3 ಫ್ಯಾಟಿ ಆ್ಯಸಿಡ್ 3 ಗ್ಲಿಸರಾಲ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಆದಾಗ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಅಂದರೆ 3 triglyceride molecule ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. So here as you can see, these derivatives of simple lipids combine to form the derived lipids. So next is based on polarity. So based on polarity, lipids are classified into 2 groups, that is polar lipids and non-polar lipids. So polar lipids are the one which are having charged molecule and they are soluble in polar solvents like alcohol, acetone, etc. So polar lipids ಅಂದರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಅಥವಾ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅದು ಆಲ್ಕೋಹಾಲ್ ಅಥವಾ ಎಸಿಟೋನ್ ಇಂತಹ ಪೋಲಾರ್ ಸಾಲ್ವೆಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಲ್ಯುಬಲ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಆಯಿತಾ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ಫಾಸ್ಫೋಲಿಪಿಡ್ಸ್, glycolipids, fatty acids, etc. Whereas non-polar lipids andre they are uncharged molecules. They do not have any positive or negative charge and they are soluble in only non-polar solvents like ether, benzene, hexane, etc. And the example for non-polar lipids are glycerides, sterols, sterol esters, carotenoids, etc. So based on structure ಮತ್ತು chemical composition ಆಯಿತು, based on polarity ಆಯಿತು. So next one is based on saponification. Now the saponification is nothing but when a fat molecule is able to react with alkali in order to form a soap. We call the process of formation of soap is called as saponification. Now based on this ability of undergoing saponification process, the lipids can be classified as saponifiable lipids and unsaponifiable lipids. Now saponifiable lipids means the lipids which will react with alkali and form the soap, and they are largely present. And example of saponifiable lipids include glycerides, phospholipids, fatty acid, cholesterol, ester, etc. Now unsaponifiable lipids means the lipids which do not react with alkali to form a soap. Okay, and they are relatively present in small amount, and the example includes fat soluble vitamins, sterols, hydrocarbons, carbonyls, etc. So these lipids will not react with the alkali to form soap. Okay, so that is the basic three categories of divisions or classification. Now you have one more traditional classification of edible fat or the oil. So based on the source of fat or the oil, the constituents and the constituent of the fatty acid present, we can traditionally classify these edible fats and oils. So first, under traditional classification, the first one is milk fat. As the name indicates, it is derived from the milk of mammals, particularly from buffalo, cow, goat and sheep. So major fatty acids of milk fat are palmitic acid, stearic acid, oleic acid, and it contains major amount of short chain fatty acids. Butyric acid is one of the characteristic fatty acid to milk fat. Okay, so milk fat andre basically they are obtained from the milk of different animals. Now next one is lauryl fat or lauric acid fat. So it is having characteristic fatty acid, that is lauric acid, and they are having low amount of unsaturated fatty acid, and they are having thus low melting point, and they contain moderate amount of short chain fatty acid groups, and they are obtained from the species of palm, example coconut. So lauric acid andre basically they are obtained from the palm species or the coconut oil. Okay, next classification is vegetable butter. So they are obtained from the seeds of various tropical trees, example cocoa, and characterized by their narrow melting range, that is due to arrangement of fatty acid in the triglyceraldehyde molecule, and they are widely used in the manufacture of confectionery products, majorly chocolate. So milk fat andre obtained from the mammals, lauric fat andre obtained from majorly coconut, that is palm trees, vegetable butter majorly obtained from the seeds of plant, example is cocoa butter. Next is oleic or linoleic acid fat. So they are the fat present in the group which are most abundant of vegetable origin. It contains a large amount of oleic and linoleic acid, and it contains less amount of saturated fatty acid. So cottonseed, corn, peanut, sunflower, palm, olive, sesame oil are important examples. So oleic acid ಮತ್ತು linoleic acid fat, they are majorly obtained from peanut ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, coconut ಕಾಟನ್ ಸೀಡ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಸನ್ಫ್ಲವರ್ ಆಯಿಲ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಸೀಸಮೆ ಸೀಡ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಈ ವೆಜಿಟೇಬಲ್ಸಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿರೋ ಆಯಿಲಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಮೋರ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ಯೂಫಾ, ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ oleic acid and linoleic acid. So that is the fourth type under traditional classification. Next is linoleic acid fat. They contain large amount of linoleic acid. Soybean, rapeseed, wheat germ, hemp seed, etc., with soybean being the most important. So linoleic acid in soybean is responsible for off flavor, that is flavor reversion problem. So linoleic acid fat is mainly obtained from soybean oil. So it is having bad smell because of reversion process ಏನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ಯು ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ಲಿನೋಲಿಕ್ ಆ್ಯಸಿಡ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಮೇಯ್ನಾಗಿ ಸೋಯಾಬೀನಿಂದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ದೆನ್ ಈಸ್ ಎನಿಮಲ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಫ್ಯಾಟ್. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನೋನ್ ಆಸ್ ಡಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಫ್ಯಾಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಡೊಮೆಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಎನಿಮಲ್, ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಲಾರ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಟ್ಯಾಲೋ. It contains large amount of fatty acids, and it contains medium amount of unsaturated fatty acid, and it contains appreciable amount of saturated triglycerols and shows high melting point. So egg lipids are important due to their emulsifying properties and high content of cholesterol. So animal body fat andre main agi lard ಮತ್ತೆ tallow. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂದರೆ ಪಿಗ್ಗಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನು ಮಾಂಸ ಸಿಗುತ್ತಲ್ವ ಅದು, ವಿಚ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅ ಗುಡ್ ಫ್ಯಾಟ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಲ್ ಫಾರ್ LDL ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ, ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ಯಾಚುರೇಟೆಡ್ ಫ್ಯಾಟಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಯಾಚುರೇಟೆಡ್ ಫ್ಯಾಟ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಕೊಬ್ಬಿನ ಅಂಶ, ಚರ್ಬಿ ಅಂಶ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸೋ ಗುಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಆಫ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಈವನ್ ದ ಎಗ್ lipid ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ದ ಎನಿಮಲ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಫ್ಯಾಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಎಮಲ್ಸಿಫೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ. ಆ ಎಗ್ಗನ್ನು ನೀವು ವಾಟರ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅ ಎಮಲ್ಸಿಫೈಯರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೆರೈನ್ ಆಯಿಲ್. It contains large amount of omega-3 polyunsaturated fatty acid and with up to 6 double bonds and usually rich in vitamin AD. So mineral oil, the last type of classification under traditional classification, so it is rich in omega-3 PUFA. So it is rich in omega-3 PUFA molecule, which is very good for your heart, eyesight, etc. and even you can prevent coronary heart diseases also. So majorly your fish oil will be having a lot of amount of omega fatty acid, even vitamin A and D also. So this type of fat is largely preferred for consumption because of its good health benefits. So that is about the classification based on chemical composition, based on polarity, based on saponification number, and the traditional classification of lipids. The next one is physical properties of lipids. So physical property of edible fat and oils, it completely depends on the molecular structure, the interaction and the organization of triglycerol molecule they contain. So it is completely depend upon the structure of the lipid. The physical property of the lipids will be decided. So the first property is they may be either liquid or non-crystalline solids at room temperature. So most of the fat and lipids, they will be liquid or they will be in the form of semi-solid at room temperature. Now lipids are colorless, odorless and tasteless in their pure state. So in their pure state, so before they undergo any processing, they will be colorless. Most of the lipids will be colorless, odorless and tasteless. So few lipids like butter and all, they will be having yellow color because of their structure, molecular structure. Then color of fat is due to the other substances, that is yellow color of butter is due to keratin molecule and they are lighter than water. So you know that oil will float on water, so they are lighter than water and they are insoluble in water, that is the oil or the fat will not dissolve in water, so they are readily soluble in organic solvents. So these lipids are soluble in other solvents like alcohol or esters, and they will form emulsion when agitated with water in the presence of soap or the emulsifier. So they will be emulsion, there will be two separate layers when it is mixed with water, and they are the poor conductors of heat and electricity and efficient insulators for animal body. So they take more time to get heated up because they are the poor conductor of heat and even the electricity also, and they will provide insulation. So because of the fat layer only your body is able to withstand certain amount of electricity, so they are the good insulators in the human body. So these are the physical properties of lipids. Coming to the chemical properties of lipids, chemical properties are mainly studied in order to determine how they will interact with the different chemicals which are present. Also it is very important for predicting the quality of the fat or the oil, edible fat or the oil. So under that first chemical property is hydrolysis. So they are hydrolyzed into the constituents, that is fatty acid and glycerol, by the action of superheated steam or acid or alkali or enzyme. For example, like, so these fat, they will be broken down into their constituent, that is glycerol and fatty acid, in the presence of ಹೀಟ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಅಥವಾ ಆ್ಯಸಿಡ್ ಅಥವಾ ಆಲ್ಕಲೈ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವುದೇ ಎನ್ಸೈಮನ್ನು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಈ ಫ್ಯಾಟಿ ಆ್ಯಸಿಡ್ ಮತ್ತು ಗ್ಲಿಸರಾಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ಎಂಜೈಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆ್ಯಸಿಡ್ ಹೈಡ್ರಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಗ್ಲಿಸರಾಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫ್ಯಾಟಿ ಆ್ಯಸಿಡ್ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್. ಸೊ this property is majorly used to check, for example, in a fat or given fat or oil sample, if you are having more fatty acid and glycerol, it means it has undergone more hydrolysis. So next is saponification. So alkaline hydrolysis produces glycerol and salt of fatty acid, nothing but soaps, and soaps cause emulsification of oily material. This help easy washing of the fatty molecules. So saponification andre, if hydrolysis takes place in the presence of alkali, then the product will be glycerol plus salt of the fatty acid. So this process is saponification. So alkali ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಹೈಡ್ರಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಆದರೆ ಆಗ ನಮಗೆ ಫ್ಯಾಟಿ ಆ್ಯಸಿಡ್ ಸಾಲ್ಟ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಗ್ಲಿಸರಾಲ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸನ್ನು ಸೆಪೋನಿಫಿಕೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಸೋಪ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಾಸ್ ಎಮಲ್ಸಿಫಿಕೇಷನ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸಲ್ಲಿ ಎಮಲ್ಸಿಫಿಕೇಷನ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಫ್ಯಾಟನ್ನು ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಡೌನ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಿವನ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ or the reaction process. So triglycerol, when it reacts with alkali like NaOH, you will get the salt. For example, here sodium salt or fatty acid along with the byproduct glycerol. Okay, and the next chemical property is halogenation. So neutral fat containing unsaturated fatty acid have the ability of adding halogens at the double bond. So this type of chemical reaction is only for unsaturated fatty acid. So ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫ್ಯಾಟಿ ಆ್ಯಸಿಡಲ್ಲಿ ಡಬಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಈ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿನ ತೋರಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ವೆರೆವರ್ ಡಬಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಈಸ್ ದೇರ್, ಹ್ಯಾಲೋಜನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಆ್ಯಡೆಡ್. Whenever halogen is added, the double bond will be broken and the halogen will go and attach to that place. Halogen andre, you have already studied in chemistry in your PUC. Halogens can be hydrogen, fluorine, chlorine, iodine, etc. So these halogen will go and it will break the double bond in unsaturated fatty acid. So ಆ ಡಬಲ್ ಬಾಂಡಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಬಾಂಡನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡು ಅದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Okay, so it is a very important property to determine the degree of unsaturation of the fat or the oil that determine its biological value. So ಈ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿಯನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫ್ಯಾಟಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅನ್ಸ್ಯಾಚುರೇಷನ್ ಇದೆ ಅಥವಾ ಎಷ್ಟು ಡಬಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಪತ್ತೆ ಹಚ್ಚಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ವೆನೆವರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಲೋಜನ್ ಈಸ್ ಆ್ಯಡೆಡ್, ಇಫ್ ಮೋರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಲೋಜನ್ ಈಸ್ ಟೇಕನ್ ಅಪ್ ಬೈ ದ ಫ್ಯಾಟ್, ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಮೋರ್ degree of unsaturation. So more double bonds are there. So biological availability will be less. So unsaturation ಹೋದ ಹಾಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಕೂಡ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. So it is not so good for your health. So as I said earlier, unsaturated fatty acids are good and saturated fatty acids are bad. So this particular process is mainly used to determine the degree of unsaturation. So below they have mentioned the linoleic acid, which is an example for unsaturated fatty acid. Whenever iodine is added, which is a halogen, the double bond between the third and fourth carbon as well as sixth and seventh carbon will be broken and iodine molecules will be attached to it. The next one is hydrogenation. So it is a type of addition reaction accepting hydrogen at the double bond of unsaturated fatty acid. The hydrogenation is done under high pressure of hydrogen and is catalyzed by finely added nickel or copper and heat. So it is the base of hardening of oil, that is margarine manufacturing. Example, change of oleic acid of fat into stearic acid. So it is advisable not to saturate all double bond, otherwise margarine produced will be very hard, of very low biological value and difficult to digest. So basically hydrogenation is nothing but it is a type of halogenation ವೇರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಲೋಜನ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಆಯಿತಾ. ಸೊ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನೇಷನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಅ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಹ್ಯಾಲೋಜನೇಷನ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಹ್ಯಾಲೋಜನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಈವನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಈಸ್ ಕನ್ಫೈನ್ಡ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಟು ಅನ್ಸ್ಯಾಚುರೇಟೆಡ್ ಫ್ಯಾಟಿ ಆ್ಯಸಿಡ್. ಸೊ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಇಫ್ ಡಬಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಈಸ್ ದೇರ್, then only the halogen can go and bind to that double bond. So this process is mainly used in hardening of oil. Okay, ಯಾವುದೇ ಥರದ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಫ್ಯಾಟನ್ನು ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಫ್ಯಾಟಾಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಈ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನೇಷನ್ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸನ್ನು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ದ ಹೈ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಪ್ರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ catalysis, that is under nickel or copper, and in the presence of heat. And as I said, it is the base of hardening of oil. So main ಆಗಿ margarine, vegetable solid butter ಇದೆಯಲ್ವಾ margarine ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಚೀಪ್ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಬಟರ್ which is considered as one of the food adulterant. So in the manufacture of margarine, usually hydrogenation process will be used, that is to convert oleic acid, the liquid form, into stearic acid, which is a solid form. And ಸೊ ಈ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನೇಷನ್ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ಡಬಲ್ ಬಾಂಡನ್ನು ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲ ಡಬಲ್ ಬಾಂಡನ್ನು ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಎಂತಾಗುತ್ತೆ, your solid butter will be very hard and it will not be having more biological value. ಬಯಾಲಜಿಕಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು ಬಾಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಬ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ಅಂತಹ ಪದಾರ್ಥದಿಂದ ಯಾವುದೇ ಥರದ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಯೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಸಿಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಬಯಾಲಜಿಕಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್. ಸೊ and even it is very difficult to digest also. So you are not supposed to break all the unsaturated bonds while carrying out the hydrogenation process. Okay, and the next chemical property is oxidation, or we call it as rancidity. So this toxic reaction of triglyceride leads to an unpleasant odor or taste of oil and fat developing after oxidation by oxygen of air, bacteria or moisture. So also this is the base of the drying oil after exposure to atmospheric oxygen. Example is linseed oil, which is used in plants and varnishes manufacturing. So oxidation is nothing but whenever the fat will react with oxygen, it will give some of flavor byproducts. So this process is called as oxidation, or commonly called as rancidification or rancidity. So it is not a recommended chemical reaction. So it is a toxic reaction of triglyceride. So this reaction will always leads to a unpleasant of flavor or of smell. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಯಾವುದೇ ಆಯಿಲ್ ಅಥವಾ ಫ್ಯಾಟನ್ನು ಓಪನ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಟ್ಟಾಗ ವಿದೌಟ್ ಎನಿ ಕವರಿಂಗ್, ಮುಚ್ಚದೆ, ಆಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ಫ್ಯಾಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಆಯಿಲ್ ಅಟ್ಮಾಸ್ಫಿಯರಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬೈ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟನ್ನು ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಏನು ವಾಸನೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ಮೆಲ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೋಕೋನಟ್ ಆಯಿಲನ್ನು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ದಿನ ಹೊರಗಿಟ್ಟಾಗ ಒಂಥರ ಅಡ್ಡ ವಾಸನೆ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ವ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ದ rancid ಸ್ಮೆಲ್. ಸೊ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಲಿನ್ಸೀಡ್ ಆಯಿಲ್. ನಾವು ಈ ಮರದ ಮೇಲೆ ವುಡ್ ಫರ್ನಿಚರ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಶೈನಿಂಗ್ ಬರಲಿ ಅಂತ ಏನು ವುಡ್ ಆಯಿಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೇವಲ್ಲ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್. ಸೊ ಯು ನೋ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ಲೇವರ್, ನಾಟ್ ಅ ಪ್ಲೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಮೆಲ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೇಟಿವ್ reaction or the rancidity reaction. So this is all for today's class. So in today's class we have studied various classification of lipids based upon the chemical composition, based upon the polarity, based upon the saponification process, and also the traditional classification based on from which source the fat is obtained. We have studied various classification of lipids, and also we have studied the different physical properties of lipids, the melting point, the electrical conductivity, and the solubility and all. And also we have studied the various chemical properties of lipids, that is hydrolysis, then ability to form the soap, saponification, then ability to react with hydrogen and halogen, that is halogenation and hydrogenation, and finally we have studied about the oxidation process. So in next class we will cover up the other portions, other concepts of the lipids, Thank you. So one more reminder is about the assignment which is given the last Friday. So this assignment, as I said, it has to be written in a book of 100 pages which should be unrolled, and I have also mentioned some of the rules. ಸೊ ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ಸಬ್ಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಡೆಕ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಪೇಜಿಂದ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನಿಂದ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಪೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಬಿಬ್ಲಿಯೋಗ್ರಫಿನ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಕವರ್ ಅಪ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ಟಾಪಿಕನ್ನು ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರೆಫರ್ ದ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಸೆಮ್ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. You can refer any of the textbook if you are having. You can refer the Google also, but you have to mention whatever the things or the sites you have referred at the last in the form of bibliography, and it has to be submitted on the day of reopening. Must and should. Thank you.